AI. Very happy to have you on this stage. One of the coolest interview because what you do is one of the coolest app, right? What is the story of Photoroom, Matthieu?
Yeah, so Photoroom, for who don't know, is the #1 AI photo editor in the world, and it's a story on photo. Before Photoroom, I was at GoPro, and I had trouble. Like at some point, I had to create visuals, and for those who use Photoshop like once a month, it can be painful. And I wanted to use AI because we had an amazing AI team 6-7 years ago already in Paris, and I wanted to make this amazing tech that we had and that scientists started to develop like accessible to everyone in the world, especially where the photos are, and that's smartphones. So that's how the idea for Photoroom came, and then we started with Elliot, my co-founder, and really making photo editing accessible, removing background. But quite quickly, like talking to users, we realized that there are a lot of people who use photos for the job. Actually, photo is one of the software you use the most in your life. I think it's 3 billion people edit photos, and 20%, so more than 1 billion for the job. And we didn't know that, but it came to us talking to users, and we started helping e-commerce, people creating visuals, and we got like accelerated with COVID because then everything is going online. You need to accelerate. Everyone needs to take photo, but you need to wear a mask. So everyone turns to Photoroom. And so we are like a AI photo editor already. And then Gen AI happens 2 years later. And that's how we like double down. And really our goal is to level the playing field so anyone can create studio-like photos and use them for their like small business, big business, restaurants, e-commerce, like everyone needs photo, and we try to be the best solution, the most accessible solution for you everywhere in the world. So that's where we started.
Yeah, it's a great app and really cool. We are speaking a lot about cinema this afternoon. There's going to be an AI film festival unveiled. What do you think is going to be the impact of AI on cinema?
Yeah, I was reflecting coming from GoPro and the video space and that moved to photo. I'm very curious about that. I think the first part is to recognize that cinema has always been one of the most innovative art, like coming from like the Lumiere brothers, Disney. Like you look at the technique he invented, it's like an innovator, art. And same with like Pixar story. So like cinema is one of the like most creative, not only in the story they tell, but also in the tool they use, they invent all the time. It's incredible how they leverage tech to create new things. And I saw that at GoPro, actually, like the directors at GoPro are incredibly innovative. So, I think AI, when you look at the obvious answers, is like you see Sora, you see Runway, you see Pika Labs. So there are going to be ways to create video, like sequences that not there yet, not totally developed, but are already quite impressive. So that's kind of maybe a few years ago, but we already a few years in the becoming, but you already see AI used for cinema. So, for instance, at Photoroom, we work with the Barbie movie, Warner Bros, Netflix, Universal to help them on the marketing. So everything marketing, like you can put yourself in your poster of your favorite movie. So that's one usage. You have a lot of dubbing. Like how do you distribute a movie that has a smaller budget in 13 languages? Well, you have a lot of AI that are working extremely well already. So making a lot of things more accessible is incredible. Like I see a lot of things coming, very innovative usage of tech. It's quite crazy how the cinema industry is adopting the tech.
Yeah, a lot to come. And so, what is the future of AI in picture, your subject, and video? You think?
Yeah, so I think what we strive for at Photoroom is really lowering the cost of creation and making it accessible. You don't need 10,000 flying hours to be able to create a good photo, and that's incredible because we all have our unique story, and so what I think is coming is everyone can create their story, and the stories can actually adapt to everyone. So in the photo space, I think what we're going to see is more control, the ability to scale content production. So the Barbie campaign, for instance, it was used 20 million times just for this movie. You had 20 million posters of the Barbie movie, and used by Rihanna, the Kardashians, so quite impressive. And I think it is going to adapt also. And that's what I'm very curious about. Like, it adapts to who you are. You put yourself in the photo, where you are. Are you going to like a restaurant at night or at lunch, and the content could adapt to that. What's the time of the year? Who are you doing that with? Like a virtual try-on for a photo. It's quite powerful that the visual content can adapt to you. And I think it's already the case. Like, for instance, like accessibility, my kids are already using ChatGPT to tell stories. Like we have the story of the 3 little kids, but we adapt it to where we go, the names of the kids, and so having this content that is adapted to yourself, kind of closer maybe to we were saying like a video game. It's incredible. So yeah, more personalized content and more accessible creation, I think, are the two incredible things that are coming.
Oh, that's great. Actually, I was thinking maybe we are coming to an era of democratization of the creative process. I mean, somebody who wants to create art, you know, or to be creative, until today it can be complicated, but with AI tools, maybe tomorrow everybody can become an artist. Everybody can become creative. What do you think about that? It's scary, or it is incredibly positive?
Well, I think it's. I mean, humans love stories, so I'm very excited about this. I'm really excited that everyone can tell their story. Everyone can be creative. I think it's one thing we say, for instance, at Photoroom is, with Gen AI, our users, what the visual story they want to tell, it's not a template that someone else was going to have. Like, it's going to be their unique stories that they can tell visually, and tomorrow, I think, with video. And yeah, everyone can become creative, and everyone can tell, can have tools to tell their story. And maybe if you take an analogy, well, I think it seems like writing a book or a novel or like a little story with your words, it's been possible. It takes skills and time and work, but it's possible. I think in the future it's possible to actually write direct your movie, and AI is going to put like everyone in a director's seat, you know, and so they can have all the tools to tell something that's quite unique to them. Tell them to their friends, to like their kids of their kids. Like you can tell this unique story, adapt it to yourself, to your the details that you've lived to. So I'm very, very excited about. Maybe the challenge you ask, well, that's very positive. The challenge is everyone can tell lies. I guess that's the thing we have to be careful with and not believe all the stories, because not all of them are true. But the idea that like everyone can have the means and the accessibility, we have like in Photoroom, we have like 3 years old, so my kids, but also like Carol, she's a 92 years old, using like a Photoroom in the US to tell a newsletter for our community, and that's incredible to see billions of people being able to create.
Yeah, actually, the democratization is already here for Photoroom, with Photoroom.
Photo editing is like, our goal is to make it accessible. In 3 taps, you get the trust, and I think creative process is something very unique where you need trust. You know, you need to feel confident. If you're not confident, creativity vanishes. So, for instance, at Photoroom, one of our design principle is in 3 actions, 3 taps, you can get something that looks good and makes you proud. And I think we have to take into account what you can do with the tech, but also the psychology of it. And so how do we give trust to people that they can tell a good story is very key. So because you don't know where the next amazing story is going to be. So give the trust so we can then like choose the story we want to hear from.
It's incredible. We have 1 minute left. What is the next steps for Photoroom? Are you next unicorn of AI? What is your vision? What is the ambition?
Yeah, we're very ambitious. We think they're going to be especially in the creative space, like AI. I think AI, Adobe. So and we have the opportunity to become that. So we want to be the leader in creation in the world. And so we're investing heavily on 2 sides. First, we train our own foundation models, visual. So this way we can choose the data set, make sure it's safe, train it with the good cloud and clean energy. And the second part is, well, I think creativity is collaborative process. So we're building features where you can work together, get feedback. We learn a lot from showing things and getting the feedback. So in Photoroom now you can like create all together anywhere from your phone, your web, your desktop, and that's a very important part for us of creativity and helping every business in the world to be, to share visual content. So training foundation models, scaling the team, being the leader in Europe with an HQ in Paris, and helping all small business collaborating.
Right, so hopefully a leader, a French giant in tech, in AI, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, I think we are probably, in terms of user, we have 30 million active users. We're probably the biggest AI company in terms of usage in Europe.
Congratulations, Matthieu.
Thanks,
Thank
Damien.
you.